Yo, yo, yo. Alexis, Janet X, Nick, you're already here, huh? Waiting and ready. What makes me wonder is why is it again on reset rather than an hour after? I like the hour after, you know? But apparently not. Apparently not today. Yo, Heaven Doll, awesome. Yeah, as you can see, the custom bundle is at 4. The summon thing should also be, if you scroll through it, at 4, which is in 7.5 minutes. Which does remind me, we have to quickly get a run in. We need to get our gear. We need to quickly get our gear on the free to play. Because I might have almost forgotten that. Might have. Alright. How do you feel about the temple for duping? It heavily depends on the rewards on the other 13 days, right? Heavily depends. Are you playing for an entire hour to do Noth as well? I mean, Noth releases on 14 too. So, yeah, we'll probably try out the Noth straight away. We'll try out in Gear Dungeons. We'll basically see what Agnes can do. So, yeah, I don't think time is gonna be like any big constraint. Besides our mission. Our mission to quickly beat this boss so we can get some gear on the free to play. Yo, Glenn, what's up?
I still remember how to use power.
Alright, let's see.
Solo performance. Without end becomes this moment, and the future without limits begins from here. Take my thoughts with you and keep walking forward. Solo performance. The past without end becomes this moment.
Huh? Did I somehow ungear my Aeona or something? Ah, good enough. Yo, Emiran, what's up, what's up? Alright, we have the kill. Ooh, hammer. Sweet.
We won.
Nothing.
Countless victories
Nothing.
to the next battle.
Is what it is. Hammer, nothing, hammer is what it is. Alright, so here we go. Let's quickly swap back. We have 5 minutes until she releases. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Summon wise, I'm not quite sure how many summons I want to do. I think it's gonna be like... I mean, we obviously want at minimum 1 copy. So, depends on how long that takes. But I think anything between like 60 to 100 could be fine. Overall total summons we currently have is 168. But I really don't want to burn through them all. Preferably. I would rather keep some in the back pocket to be ready for any more limited surprises, huh? Any more limited surprises. So let's check it out. 4 minutes 30 seconds. Agnes event, everything like that, as well as also clan hunt in 2 days. Just 2 days until clan hunt. Yeah, let's see. Was there a piece that I wanted to upgrade? Yeah, was the kingdom armor, wasn't it? No, that's back to level 0. No, if it wasn't kingdom armor. I don't know. We'll find out. At some point. At some point in my mind, it's going to tell me, oh, you wanted to do this, and then we're going to do that, and then everything will be perfect. Alright. Let me just see if I have everything set up correctly, just in case. we do have everything set up correctly. We have 3 minutes and 30 seconds until Agnes release, and then we're going to be just fine. Try your luck with the Temple and Quinn. You got a Seth, can't complain. Hey, nice. That's sweet. Now the real question is, what did you get before Seth? Was it a normal unit or was it a limited unit? Or I guess a raid up unit. Because if it's not a raid up unit, then your next one is still guaranteed to be the raid up unit or another ancestor, right? So the question is, were you in, as I would like to refer to it as Super Pity, right? Were you in Super Pity? Yeah, exactly. Like, in my opinion, we just have to see what else is in there, right? What other kind of rewards are in this 14-day event? Hopefully something more. Hopefully some other summons that don't require something like that. If not, it's gonna be a little tough. It's gonna be a little tough to compare to 53 summons, right? Can you explain how does the limited banner really work? Okay, so step number 1, it is not a limited banner, it is a limited time raid up. Meaning for a limited time, a certain character has a higher chance than they usually do, but a limited time raid up refers to the character being entered into the normal pool after the banner. Next up, the pity system. So you have your standard, you go to maximum 60 and you guarantee an SSR. Then there's going to be one of 2 scenarios, or you could say one of 3 scenarios, right? You pull your first SSR and it's either the featured unit, which is a 50% chance, so let's say Quinn. It is otherwise a normal SSR, let's say a cappella, or it is an ancestor. Depending on what it is, there's a different outcome. If it's a Quinn or an ancestor, nothing happens, you've basically won. If it is an a cappella though, that means your next SSR is either ancestor or the featured unit. So it changes from a 50-50 to, I believe it's something like 87-13, 19-10, 90-10. It's a pretty good chance to walk away with the featured unit. And then if you don't pull the featured unit on this summon, so you get an ancestor, you do another round of this. And if you still get an ancestor, you do another round. You basically do it as long as it takes you to get the featured vessel. So overall, you can basically assume get 2 SSR, get the featured, or get 2 SSR, or get an ancestor. Hey, boot the cheeks, what's up? Come on, 17 seconds. Let's get those summons in. Alright, let's see. Ta-da. Alright, I think, yep, there we go. Let's get rid of the timer. Let's get in the right headspace. And luckily for us, they did bring audio back, because without audio, this all would be a little bit more sad. So, what is the event in question? Some of you have been talking about. What is this forced 10 pull? If we now go into the event right here, yes, nightmare difficulty did also drop. If we now go into the event right here, you see a task, and that task requires you to either have Agnes or Quinn at Siphon tier 1, meaning you would need them and a copy, right? You would need them and a copy. The easiest to do so would be for Agnes, which means you would summon 1 Agnes and then get Agnes on day 8. But the real question is there more, right? Like, this is kind of bad on its own. The question is there more hidden in these 14 days that kind of justifies this, you know? That's really what we need to see. But I guess what we need to see first, and also we run our gear dungeons today. We run our gear dungeons today with Agnes as the unit to run them with. So I think that's going to be at least a certain little something. Alright, what else is there? What else is there to see? I mean, yeah, obviously you can now make sure that you buy yourself the stock. And then, I guess, play the nightmare mode. Do make sure that you actually go for the... oh yeah, we still have the 20 summons there. Pretty nice. But yeah, do make sure that you go all the way to hard 111 before you actually use those, right? Like, just go to hard 111, then use all your entries there. So you can get as much Divine Blood as possible. Because Divine Blood is the great gatekeeper. Alright. I guess we already get to it. Okay, so Agnes, you're supposed to be free on day 8. How much are you going to cost me just to get you? Keep in mind, we are on... Okay, I guess we are on 17 pity. We're on 17 pity, but the last one we got... we can just buy the stamina and rush to 11? Yes, yes you can. Volume up, please. Sure. Though, keep in mind, what I'm gonna do is... ta-da! No music. Because I don't like my summons getting spoiled. Alright, I think like this we should be fine. So, Agnes, do you want to come home? I hope you do. We need to test her out in any amount of content. I quite like her kit. She looks somewhat promising. I'm a bit bummed out though that she's another basic attack character. It looked like she wouldn't. So it seems like Eye of Truth or basic attack characters are the only thing we've gotten since launch. Which is kind of true. So... let's see. Oh yeah, because the music is off, nothing else is happening. First tempo, Agnes. Let's see. Bang. Bang. Oh! Bang! Okay, okay. It is legit the first tempo. Now the question is male or female, and after that 50-50. So rates are looking pretty good, chances are pretty high. Let's see if we can pull it off. Okay, female character. Hey, it's a 50-50, relax. We haven't won yet. We have not won yet. 50-50 means I could still lose. Alternate reality where I lose still exists. Alright, I mean, I did promise Yggdrasil pose if it was a female SSR, right? So let's test it out. Let's make sure we have our cursor on the screen. Alright, let's see.
I hear you're coming with stories. Allow me.
There we go. We have our Agnes. Now the question is, do we stop here? Right? I feel like there would be a good point to stop. I feel like it would be a good point to stop. We just did a temple. We got an Agnes. Actually Moonblessed. Yes. Or should we go for another copy? I don't know. Let's go for one more SSR, alright? How about that? Let's go for one more SSR. We don't have to upgrade her, right? We don't have to upgrade her. I just don't have to siphon her even if I get a copy. So let's just go for one more SSR. See if the luck can continue. Bang. Bang. Okay. Okay. Bang. Even if we don't get a raid-up character, that just means we can summon for the next one. Or I guess save for the next one. Okay, 30. Bang. Bang. You know what? If we go to 50, I don't think I'll do the final 10. So we're currently on 33. So if we go to 53, I don't think I'll do the final 10. Once. Twice. Last chance. Last chance on the next tempo. If we don't get an SSR, I won't go to full pity. Alright. Here we go. Last chance for another Agnes. Okay. Okay. 50-50 once again. No guarantees, nothing else. If it's not Agnes, that means our next pull on a limited banner is guaranteed to be her or ancestor. So, let's see. Alright, it's the right gender. Instant pull. I take it. I take it. You know what? I absolutely take it. I need more Bellas anyway. Now we have a guarantee for our next limited whenever we pull on said banner. Could it have happened earlier? Yes. Did I not want to go to 60? Yes. But it's fine. I think it's one of the best outcomes out of this whole shenanigan anyway. So I would call it a resounding success. Alright, so let's get the music back on and let's figure out what she is all about and if she is any good. So clan, castle, transfusion. Who do we take out? I guess Pavana. It's not like it really makes a difference because we can just put someone back in. But you know, at least I wanted to make it a little bit. Huh? Okay, so how good is our free unit for day 8? Let's give it a look. Alright, so first off we need to get the special and basic to 4. Then let's see if we have enough to get the ult to 4, which we do. So this is about standard investment. Let's give us some gear. So kingdom medium, medium, and medium. Nothing too crazy. Especially because we don't have like any super offensive pieces lying around anyway. And then we are giving her the basic attack artifact. Because that's apparently what every single character in this universe wants to use for some reason. Okay. Let's see, how high did she now go? 22,784 on 444 versus... Let's see. Mass is on 24,100, but keep in mind her ult is level 6. And she's also a bit more siphoned. She is unsiphoned, unupgraded. Stat-wise, we're looking at 11,760 attack. I think that's decently high. It's at least higher than Ressa's. But she is also medium armor, which means she can't have like a full DPS focus. So, alright, we gotta wait a little bit, I guess, until this one starts. But the moment it starts, we can test her out there. So, alright, Tomb of the Fallen. Devourer Rana. Can she do it? What kind of DPS can she actually put out herself? And also, does it work on tentacles? Like, does this pull-in work on tentacles? A lot of questions need to be answered. So, let's figure out the solutions. So, where are you, Agnes? There you are. She is a half moon, so we do have... I don't think we need Cyrene. Obviously, I feel like the best unit to pair her up with would be Van Helsing. Because you can just pull everybody in for Van Helsing to then do big AoE damage. But I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose right here. So... I guess Noah could be fun. Because Noah does physical damage. Alright, let's just see. 1, 2, 3. Ah, yeah, she's a melee unit. She is indeed a melee unit. You got a fake out and you got Iagaris and Agnes. Oh no, it's not a fake out. It's, I mean, yeah, I guess there's a gender fake out if you get a double SSR. If you want to call it that, you can do so. But I wouldn't really call it that though. Sure. Okay, so we buff Agnes with Fleeting Bella. And then we activate her ult. Not a lot of single target damage. Or maybe I just missed. That is potentially a bit more realistic. She's melee hybrid? I mean, she is, but only during ult, right? If we were to call her a hybrid, I think that would only really be during ult. Yeah, I have the feeling that I kind of just whiffed the ult, you know? Let's see. Oh, yeah, no, wait. Was that just him? I'm unsure. Was that just Noah dealing damage? I guess we'll find out at the end of the fight. The range is kind of big, but I don't know if the mausoleum itself actually moves like any further outside. Alright, let's see. I don't think it's possible for us to actually hit all of them, unfortunately. It's an awkward boss. It's an awkward boss to test this out on. It's an awkward boss to test this out on. Let's see. Night of the Hunts. It takes a little bit for it to start. What's her artifact in Time Worn doing? Let's see. Unique. During her ultimate, Agnes continuously deals physical damage to enemies within the projected plane. Crit damage, attack speed, physical damage bonus, all damage bonus for Agnes herself. Alright, I mean, doesn't sound too crazy. Okay, so let's say we take her out. She's obviously a melee unit. Melee unit though means she can also block quite well. Let's see. Alright, come on, show me what you got. Range could be a little further. I guess that's one of the disadvantages, because isn't it something like only marksmen get like extended range, whereas fighters get, I believe, what is it, extended block or something? So she might be more of like a save you from like tough situations card, rather than someone that truly just annihilates really fast. Yeah, this is probably gonna be just Van Helsing doing his thing. I don't really see us getting much of a chance to even show her off, considering that she... I mean, I guess we do show her off right here with the fact that, yeah, she can't quite reach. That's pretty much it. She can't quite reach that far, meaning not a lot is to be gained. Alright, come on. PvP could be interesting because it did say something along the lines of unable to cast ults. So it makes you wonder if... I mean, it is a 3 cost, so you might be able to somewhat interrupt the Timeless, or maybe somewhat interrupt a somewhat interrupt a Quinn. Somewhat interrupt a Quinn. A lot of Vestas here are useless due to range. I guess it depends on how you define useless, right? Because just because they take longer to kill the Vestas doesn't mean they're useless. It just means the fight takes longer, right? If the stages were sufficiently difficult, then range should not be a constraint, right? If this stage was harder, then you would take someone that takes longer to kill but at least gets the job done over someone who kills earlier but can't properly kill. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it depends on how much more difficult are they going to make Time One with upcoming stages. But yeah, like this, you can kind of see there's not a lot happening with Van Helsing kind of just playing cleanup crew. Hey, that looked at least kind of deadly. That looked at least somewhat deadly, so that's something. Oh wait, hold up. Didn't they say she was a 4-cost? Did I miss that? There's no way they'd actually buffed her before they released her. Like, that was said nowhere. Like, as long as I'm not dumb, I clearly remember her having a 4-cost during her showcase video. Like, as long as I'm not mentally insane, I clearly remember her to have had a showcase video with a 4-cost at the end. Let's check it out. So, browser. Bam. Boom. So this was the video. This is the video. The official published video. You see this? It says 4. But it's 3. So there's no way there's no way. Why would it only be Time One? There's not a single hero in existence that has a less ult cost during Time One. So yeah, I guess they just decided to like buff her? I don't even know if you can call it a buff, but it is certainly different from the way her ult animation looked. So yeah, I guess she did get a buff shortly before release. Interesting. 3 ult cost is completely a bait. What you mean is a bait? It's the same cost as a Gilrain. It's the same cost as Acapella. It is very important, especially if you want to pull this off with a Van Helsing. The fact that it's not a 10 cost full combo, but rather a 9 cost full combo does change quite a lot already. Alright, okay. I like the way, I like what she does. I like the way she plays. Cheaper cost means more results. Unless they don't unlock Night at the Hunt, then it's going to be a bit harder to find results. But let's make sure we have our main time damage dealer geared. We do. Fleeting Bella is also ready. Let's see, is our Quinn ready? Yes, our Quinn is also ready. Okay, so let's do arena. Let's pick someone somewhat strong right here. And let's see what she can do. Let's see what she can do. So Mass can go out easily, because Mass is another, like, around 3 cost half moon anyway. So our rotation would be Iona, Quinn, her. Oh, let's try her first. Let's try her first and see what happens. She is melee though, so I do believe we kind of want to start her in like the second row. Let's check it out. Alright. We go in. She has the attack speed. Oh, okay, that is... I mean, I like the damage output. Bella's almost dead. But unfortunately, because we ulted with her first, we're kind of going to ult later with our own Iona. Which just leads to problems, but that's just because of Iona. Is Quinn worth getting a dupe before a banner ends? Not necessarily, no. There's no real difference between a 1 and a 0 dupe Quinn. But I mean, the cancel special, it's gonna be hard to like sell as a selling point. Because keep in mind, she just does it whenever she wants, kind of, right? Let's see, I feel like on spot 2 it might make more sense, so let's see what happens. I know that you get 10 free scrolls, but you have to invest more than 10 most of the time to get an extra Quinn. You don't have to, like, I considered that already. What the fuck? How did he get so destroyed? How did he get so cooked?
Where violence and conflict intertwine.
How did he lose so bad? Didn't he have like more BP defense on our level? Why was there such a big gap? Is Agnes that good?
Versteckte Mängel und böse Überraschungen.
Shut up. Is Agnes that good? Did we just fight Agnes secret usage overall PvP arc nemesis and hyper carry? Give me 1 second so I can pull up the stream and we can look back on what just happened. So, alright. Okay, fight starts. So far, so good. Let's go with 0.5 times speed so we don't miss anything important. Alright. Let's go forward. Fight starts. We both timeless. Nice. And then we pull timeless in. And she's not shooting. Somehow. Or is she? I don't know. It doesn't look like she does. You know what I mean? Like, look at this. We both timeless at the same time. We pull everyone together. Huh? Got lucky there. Yeah, but is it no skills or specials when they're in that ult range? Because otherwise that shit is crazy. I thought it was only on the pull in. Yeah, like look at how she activates her ultimate, why she's in the ultimate. So it should only be the pull in. But there's no way the pull in cancels timeless Iona ult, does it? No, like it's still there behind her back. You can see she just doesn't shoot somehow.
Great riches abound.
Alright, let's try that on someone harder.
To give it a try.
Okay. Fully maxed out, almost fully maxed out everything. Almost fully maxed out everything. 140k BP against our lousy 127. Same rotation, half time speed. Let's see what goes. We both ult at the same time. Pull in. Ah, okay. So you could also say it was a, I guess, above average pull in, considering the fact that yeah, it has to do with positioning, so we have to be mindful of puppets and the like if we want to successfully pull someone important in. Okay. Now, scientists have been wondering for ages, why the fuck did we not timeless Aeona ult there, right? Why did we Quinn ult? Who knows? Okay, let's try that again against this corny person here.
Remember to protect me, little Bella.
And let's say we do run the a bit more front line.
Off we go. Which era shall we chart today?
Let's see what happens. I mean, I guess we still, I don't know if we walked off victorious, but I guess we did. Though still somehow we didn't pull in timeless Aeona, so I don't think it's much of a win on Agnes' side of things. She just ults random stuff, yes, but luckily her range is a bit bigger, I guess. So let's try that again. Gambler, same person.
Use power. Remember to protect me, little Bella.
Let's this time actually run her here and see. Like, I guess the biggest issue would be the Bella puppets, right? Because the Bella puppets end up blocking her, stopping her from like going into the enemy formation as much. Oh, but okay, yeah, this time we again did not pull timeless. But enemy timeless is still somehow almost dead. Did she get hit? Did we hit her? I don't know, it's so hard to see. So many things happening. So is she the physical version of Daikalo? I would say she's distinctly different. But you're right, making comparisons between her and Daikalo both being 3 cost, she could be better. Alright, let's see. What if we change it up a little and we start Quinn in a way that she probably doesn't attack the Bella puppets? Yeah. Okay, so this should be way better. You see how if you don't make her attack the Bella puppets, she's way closer. Ah, and there we go. With the Aeona pull, and Aeona's just dead. Like, she just does not attack. She just does not do anything. She just dies.
Great riches abound. Care to give it a try?
Huh.
I still remember how to use power.
So let's make sure we don't attack. I mean, this is the same scenario though.
Off we go. Which era shall we chart today?
Worked last time. Okay, and this time she's directly attacking the puppets again. Let's see, do the puppets die before Quinn ults? Almost. So this time again we did not pull in timeless Aeona. But we still somehow end up, you could say, winning. I wonder why. I wonder why. Like if there's anything special we're missing. Okay, now Big Boy. Big Boy Whale, fully maxed out. 147,000 BP.
All raw materials for my merchant.
Let's see what we can make happen here.
Please, be gentle with those flowers.
Off we go. Which era shall we chart today? Off we go. Which era shall we chart today?
Okay, let's see.
Apply.
Ah, we missed. We missed the pull in, but I don't know. What's going on? It's confusing. Like we should we be winning? I don't feel like we should. At least not this decisively.
Where violence and conflict.
Okay, Lise, come on. Don't disappoint me, Lise. Alright, let's go.
Still remember how to use power.
Let's see, what could we do here to make sure this is more of a success?
Off we go. Which era shall we chart today?
Please. Be
It looks like here we just have to pray that the Bella puppets die in a way that we target the whole formation rather than some random bullshit. So, random bullshit, go, let's see what happens. Yeah, so this is kind of what you would expect. If you don't pull Timeless, you're just gonna lose if your Timeless is weaker. So... makes me wonder if there's a way we can, like, you could say, force
Great riches abound.
us to target who we want.
Remember how to use power.
I mean, this is kind of an easy solution. Just don't target Bella in the first place. But what if they don't have their units placed in a way where you can just do that, you know?
For my merchandise.
But yeah, this pull-in should be nasty if she does survive. There we go, full pull-in. And we're basically not taking any damage whatsoever. Like, did you see that? We didn't take any damage whatsoever from Iona. I mean, she's obviously prioritizing based on the direction of the unit she's currently attacking. It's just, how do we make use of that, you know?
I still remember how to use power.
Like, the issue is if you attack a Bella, she's just gonna be swapping to her puppets. And if the puppets happen to be to the left or to the right, then obviously nothing good is gonna come from that. So that's the question. Can you do anything else against the Bella besides hoping her puppets die in a optimal way, right? Yeah, if you can pull a Timeless, it somehow shuts her down like completely. But if you can't pull a Timeless, nothing really changes realistically. So I mean, look at this fight. Everybody's bunched up. We get our Timeless Iona ult in. I don't think it's as much RNG. Like, as long as you know about, like, okay, see it like this. If Quinn does not target a Bella puppet during her ult, you win. Or if Agnes, not Quinn, right? If Agnes does not target the Bella puppet, you're basically winning. Why? I don't know yet. But look at this. We have both ults active. The pull-in comes in, and you see how none of our units are taking damage, right? Like, it just, how long does this state last? Like, the state where just no outcoming attacks. Like, it's the exact same HP values. Like, something, and then you see there's like no incoming damage numbers whatsoever after the pull-in. Like, our whole team is not getting touched at all.
Great riches abound. Care to give it a try?
I still remember how to use power. Remember to protect.
Alright, so this again should work. We are able to target a Quinn.
Shall we chart today?
And then if we target Quinn, we'll also look at the damage at the end of the round to kind of get a comparison. But this should again pull everybody in. It does. And we win. Which is expected, right? Like, if you don't end up targeting a Bella puppet, you should be able to win against the Iona defense. Yeah, negligible damage, huh? 5.8 versus 228,000. It's not like she was carrying us. I don't know, it should be a window. It should be a window, but I don't think it's stated anywhere how long this, like, window of suppression actually is.
Tell me, might there be fascinating worlds hidden beyond the cartographer's manual?
Like here, pull. Control strong displays. Target is pulled forward and unable to cast ultimate special or basic attacks or move during the effect. But how long does it last? Right? How long does it last?
Cleaning is not my forte.
Past or
I don't know if we can take her into like any, you could say, high level content, considering the fact that her BP just isn't quite up to standards. Because she obviously is 0 copies.
we chart today?
But it would be a fantastic rotation to pull off, I believe. If you can pull it off. Keep in mind, she is a melee unit. I think that's quite important. Should you pull Quinn?
Past or future, every me stands.
Only if you got resources to spare. Why the ult said 5 seconds?
Which era shall we chart today?
No, the ult said 5 seconds for the death down. Alright, let's say we pull these guys. You see how they're like basic attacking quicker? So, I don't know, is it just our time perception? What exactly is the cause here? But yeah, there's no way that's 5 seconds, because that would be way too deadly. Like, if you look at the description, it says the movement speed down and physical death down for 5 seconds, right? So these two, but it says nothing about how long this pull thing. Like it has to be like, I don't know, 2 seconds? Maybe the enemy has to like fully move in somehow. I'm not sure, it's weird.
Past or future.
You got 2 Agnes copies, should you pull Quinn too? You don't have to, but if you want to still make story progress and you want the currently best tank in the game, you can try. Just keep in mind she's not limited. You can get Quinn whenever. Alright, I mean, I guess let's count. So we pull them in. Or maybe not. So I guess she died?
Past or future, every me stands with you now.
Yeah, it shouldn't be this long, but in arena it somehow like is the difference between life and death. Why second banner don't get free summons? Because we have the free event, the 14-day event where we get a guaranteed copy of Agnes. The pull disrupts, but yeah, but that shouldn't make it so decisive. Is Queen gonna be in the altar? Yes, she will be. Maybe it's about range, that like somehow. I have no idea.
Future, every me stands with you now.
I have no idea what could lead to this.
Cleaning is
Is it actually an hour after reset until we get the prophecy? I mean, okay. But yeah, we'll definitely do the full hour so we can test out in prophecy. We need another piece of content where we can actually play her and see her do something.
Past or future, every me stands with you now. Off we go. Which era
But here it's also kind of like random. Who guarantees that we're gonna walk away successfully here anyway? Let's see what happens. Who knows?
Moonlight revelation.
You spent 15k gems on Agnes and didn't get her. Are you cursed? Not necessarily. I mean, we just spent 18,000 to get a Bella, but now we at least have pity for the next banner. Oh, wow, double timeless. Or double steroid, I guess. That looked kind of fancy. Where's the damage though? Like, look at them being all, like, okay, she's obviously super nasty against melee units. Problem is, the strongest units in the game currently are by no means melee units. There's a lot of nothing happening in this fight right here. Yeah, as I said, it all depends. Like, the way we remember this event heavily depends on the rewards on day 2 to day 14.
How to use power.
Right? It heavily depends on... The way we remember this event heavily depends on the rewards of day 2 to day 14. So you know what I'm kind of thinking is... Agnes might have like a place in your story teams for stages where like the melee units do like a crap ton of damage, you know? So that basically you can use her to just buy a bunch of time for your melee units, because all these units will have to like run back, or I guess against enemy melee units, right? So yeah, she is very effective against melee units. Oh, and also do not underestimate the ability to place and replace enemies. It's confirmed that the subsequent quests are breakthroughs related for summons. Are you sure? What do you mean it's confirmed that they are? Confirmed by who? If you're currently wondering why does she do no damage, because she has no stats, right? 3,400 attack is basically nothing. So if you're wondering why is she not dealing any damage, that's because she can't. She physically can't. But that doesn't have to do with her. It has to do with the way that we're fighting on like a, I think 65%, 70% stat deficit. It's just not really able to be overcome.
Every me stands with you now.
Yeah, so the only way I can see her be useful for you is if you're, for example, still in chapter 15, right? Let's go to chapter 15. Like, if you're still in chapter 15 and you're facing these guys, let's see, these ones, like the granite molds and crystallized molds, these two fuckers, they should be, at least I guess the non-crystallized ones, they should be pretty much getting cooked by an Agnes because you just pull them away. Should I just pull one copy of Agnes for 100 free pulls? What do you mean 100 free pulls? If it was 100, this would be a no-brainer. Unfortunately, it's only 10, and keep in mind you'll have to invest anywhere between 60 to 120 if you get super fucking unlucky. So don't see it as too much of a win. So what I wanted to check is this chest. How dumb is this? They realized, oh, the chest is kind of shit. So now, now you can actually select, huh? Alright, good enough. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. At least not for now. Wouldn't she be worth it on Clan Hunt for Crab Boss? We don't even know if the Crab Boss exists. We don't even know the full bosses for Clan Hunt. We know that they're different. Like, we know that at least the first 3 bosses are not the same as last Clan Hunt. Like, for now, I would just say there's no need, right? There's no need to do so.
Facing the powerful.
You don't have to pull 2 Agnes. You could just pull 2 Quins, right? Would I spend money for Agnes? Not really, considering that she's gonna be free anyway. Right? Like, she's gonna be free anyway on day 8. So I think it's just more an exercise in, I guess, patience. The same way that when you started the game for the first time, you had to wait 8 days to get yourself a Bella. I don't know, there's definitely something that can be improved. Like, I like the spirit of the event, I like the intentions, but the execution certainly can be done better. I mean, I feel like she's guaranteed to be used. I gotta be honest with you here, I feel like it's guaranteed that she's gonna be used and she'll be used a lot. Not necessarily because she's crazy strong, but because she is probably the 3rd or 4th best mid-moon in the game, right? Like, 3 cost for what she does is pretty damn disgusting. Oh, hammer, sweet. Okay. So, what do I mean with this? Let's have a look at all the current low moons, or I guess half moons in the game. Alright, we have Lorelei, but Lorelei is more of like a support slash sleep your units and then make sure of the sleep. Is alright. Doesn't necessarily mean more damage. Daikalo on the other hand, 3 cost, should remind you of Agnes. 3 cost, increased damage taken, decent damage herself, pretty nice. Acapella buffs, does everything in her powers, pretty nice. Gilrain, the only reason why Gilrain became relevant was that during Prophecy, it was advantageous to move into the bubbles with Gilrain. Otherwise, Gilrain not a really relevant half-moon. Mass, not a relevant half-moon because she just fucking dies. Augustine, only relevant in PvP, so not a relevant half-moon. Darcias, only relevant in a T-Hearty team, and even then you don't ult with her, so not a relevant half-moon. Gone. Nicole, not a used half-moon. Hearty, not a used half-moon. Joanne, not a used half-moon. Gilrain, only PvP and only against Timeless Iona defenses. Not a used half-moon. Amy. I guess Amy's a bit of a weird one. She did quite well doing Night at the Hunt in a Van Helsing Iona team, so I guess we'll leave her out for now. We don't shit on her. And then Pavana is kind of like a weaker version of Lorelei, so I guess we'll let her be. But what this should tell you is that in 3-piece content, there's only 3 half-moons that actually increase your team's damage. Daikalo, Acapella, and Agnes. In 3-team content, there's only 3 half-moons that actually increase your damage. Only 3 half-moons that you really want to run to make sure your units deal more damage. And don't forget the best synergy of them all, depending on the content, right? As long as you have a bunch of enemies on the field, use Agnes to pull them all together. And once they're all nice and tidy, then just use a Hearty ult. Use a Hearty ult on every single enemy. The damage spike should be enormous, depending on how many enemies there are on the field. So that is what remains to be seen. In how many stages will you be able to pull enemies closer together to increase your damage? the whole pulling enemies closer together was very, very relevant during last clan hunt. So the question is, how much is it going to be relevant this time around with the next clan hunt? Maybe one copy of each of the banner units, that way you have 2 pities to hit? I'm not quite sure what you mean. I don't think that's how it works. But no, if you really are interested in Agnes, the easiest way to get her is just not to summon for her, but to just get her on day 8.
Tell me, might there be fascinating worlds hidden beyond the
Like, at least for now, we don't have any content that, like, specifically dictates her at being super, super overpowered. So, yeah.
A fulfilling day.
I mean, for the dupe quest, you would try to get 1 unit twice instead of 2 copies of both. Like, if you really want this 10 summons, I guess, cash back, then you should go for, like, the best thing, if you haven't yet pulled a Quinn, the best thing would be to pull an Agnes and you get it, like, you get the 10 summons guaranteed on day 8, or you just do 2 summons for Quinn or 2 summons for Agnes regardless, right? Yeah, as I said, it heavily depends on how these quests look. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What is in those? Because this one is kind of ass-ish. Huh? Alright, so we have a hammer to use. Let's make sure we do so.
Vassal of the Bathory, a drifter from Sunset Isle, a sacrifice bound to the seal, and Noah Nabonite.
Okay, so this would cost me 2 hammers, and what I stand to gain is a 50% chance at magic damage bonus, whereas this one... Alright, let's just recast this one and see what we can get. Prayers? No. We need 53 points in the... See, that's the problem with the devs, right? They overestimated the greed of humanity. We can understand it, I get it, but let's be real here, it wasn't ever guaranteed, right? The whole 53 summons happened because of day 10 and day 30 celebration, right? Day 10, I think it was day 10, day 30. It was more of a here, take this as a gift, rather than this is how every event is going to work, right? Obviously, the fact that the devs did it twice, they kind of put themselves in this position, but it was never stated that this was the way it's going to be in the future. So, it's just, I guess you could say wishful thinking. But, you know, also, if you didn't play during the days and did your 10 summons, you got nothing. You couldn't summon you couldn't save these summons for any other banner. You could have gotten unlucky and still didn't get anything. Like... where do you get those epic equipments? I only get tier 9 equipment from the daily boss. Oh, it's using a hammer. So, if you get a faction piece, if you get a piece that has the same armor type and the same faction type as the unit that you're using it on, the unit you're placing it on, and then you level it to level 5, then you can bind it to the character using a hammer, which gives you this one. You still got pity. Yeah, as I said, it's too early to judge the event. Like, the fact that this event isn't just 4 days, it's neither just 7 days, but it is 14, should be worth something.
Welcome! See anything? Oh, this is a fine item indeed. Oh, were the previous item? Please come again. We look forward to your next visit. Do remember to come back.
Let's see. Okay, so time one, we did our achievements, very fancy. We get the today's reward, very nice. Alright, while we wait for Night at the Hunt to start, which is in 4 minutes, so we can test out Agnes there, let's run the Nightmare stage. Let's get ourselves a bunch of progression by doing our attempts on H111.
To use power.
So...
To protect me, little Bella.
Off we go! Which era shall we chart today?
A promise.
The devs need to add more content that isn't instant wipes besides Clan Hunter and Tower. Yep, we need another 3-man game mode. We need another 3-man game mode, make it roguelike, introduce the system from Timeless Mausoleum, something like that, yeah.
I still remember how to use power.
Let's see. Hello friend, I started playing 6 days ago and I was using a team with Harty and Van Helsing. I just pulled a Transcendent Harty 10 seconds ago. How good is she in comparison to Harty? She is way better than a Harty.
Did we overdo it?
But also you don't have to use her over Harty. You could technically run the two of them. But what I would recommend you is probably just use a tank, Van Helsing, a healer, and then either something like a support DPS or potentially another tank or another healer. Like Van Helsing, if you let him ult, he should basically be able to do all the damage for your whole team by himself, kind of.
We won.
Does the event give you Siphon 1, Agnes? No. I don't think so. It should only be 1 copy on day 8.
I still remember.
Where would we get another copy? That's the question, right?
That's not a customer.
How good is Van compared to Lamia? Van is better than Lamia, that's for sure.
We only have
An inevitable outcome.
I still remember how to use power. A promise.
You missed the Lamia days? she'll have her place. She'll have her place. Like it's all about the lifesteal special. It's gonna come in clutch somewhere. You're not sure if you're gonna pull for either. If you had to pick someone to pull for instead of fully saving, I would say just pull for Quinn, right? If you had to pick someone to pull for, it's obvious that you should pull for Quinn instead.
That's what happens when you under...
I still remember how
Should you start investing in Van Helsing, then you've got everything in Lamia so far.
that's not a customer.
You would go for his ult and for his special. And do make sure you give him the basic attack artifact. Right? Do make sure you give him the basic attack artifact.
An inevitable.
You have resources so you pull both? No. No. And the reason why is because we're probably going to get a limited character banner. Like an actual limited character banner or an ancestor banner at some point. It is not worth it for you to like summon everything. 1 copy of Agnes is enough? Yes, I would say so. Because the way I currently see her is as a support type DPS. She has some DPS, but it's more about her pulling enemies together and making Van Helsing and Harty and Lemine stronger. So you just need her once. The main damage is still gonna come from Harty, Lemine, Van Helsing, whoever you pair as like a main DPS with her. Keep in mind also she is not only medium armor but also a half moon. If she were a true main carry DPS, she would be light armor full moon. Your team is Jester, Acapella, Steri, Harty, and Van Helsing. I was gonna get Bella for free tomorrow, but just got her double in the multi and Chance Harty in another. Hey, sweet. You can replace... Yeah, you can replace Jester with Harty, and you can replace Harty with Transcendent Harty, yeah. Jester with Bella and Harty with Transcendent Harty, yeah. Just make sure you put Stereite Iona behind Transcendent Harty.
I still remember how to use...
Oh, absolutely. Van Helsing is still the best one for Mausoleum. That's a fact. Not that it truly makes a difference, but I guess it is a fact.
Did we overdo it?
Okay. Let's see. Is this the final stage? Almost. Almost. We can almost just do all our attacks. And it should also be time for Night of the Hunt now. So let's see if she can prove herself useful already. Though I think it might not necessarily go anywhere in Night of the Hunt, considering the fact that there's gonna be so much shit happening. But who knows, right? Who knows? Maybe she'll surprise us all. You never know.
I still remember how to use...
You have a coffin save. Do you use it to upgrade Van Helsing? I would upgrade an Acapella or a Stereite Iona instead. They have a bit more, you could say, job security. Yep, there's a lot of things the devs could be doing, a lot of things the devs should be doing, but that's on them rather than us being able to do anything like that. Alright, 43 attempts, 172 hours worth of Divine Blood, as well as a bunch of resources. So let's make sure we claim everything, and we go into the shop and we start buying it all out. Ooh, this time around a bit more expensive to buy it all out. Bit more expensive, so we'll probably save the stand. No, let's do... No, I'm not gonna do 20 standard summons, because they will enter the standard pool. So the smart thing, the responsible thing to do, is to wait for them to go into the standard pool before doing my summons. Alright, let's make sure we get some more levels in then. Oh, might be enough for one level. Wow. What? You can upgrade your level once? That's crazy. Truly crazy. You lost the 50-50 for Quinn and now it's Agnes Gaming. Why don't you continue to go into Quinn's banner? Hey, we have this old way. Night of the Hunt should be here. Okay, Night of the Hunt is here. Let's see if we can somehow make her work. All these buffs are kinda sad. Oh, Agnes, not Agnes. Oh, my bad.
Every me stands with you now.
Alright, let's run a standard team and then let's see if we can increase our score by using Agnes instead. Which means we have to make sure that Cyrene is geared.
Let's play together. Don't worry, I won't break you.
Setting the chaotic world right. That is my life's purpose.
wander around daily. These are all my spoils of war. Impressive, right?
Alright, let's see. Wait, they are talking about enchanters, right? Sorcerers and enchanters. We basically don't have any in here. I guess we have 2 of them. Who knows? Might be enough. Who knows?
A promise, no matter what, must be fulfilled. Without end, without limit, begins from here.
What are the odds that Amy is good again yet again? I don't think the odds are that terrible, now that I think about it. So you might be able to just play a repeat of the stage from 2 days ago. Or I guess, yeah, the day before yesterday, right? So I don't think she needs an artifact anyway. She is indeed an enchanter. Is Cecia worth playing? You got many dupes of her. You have to run her with a Bella. And then if you want to get the most out of Cecia, you want to use a Bella ult before you activate Cecia's ult.
The hour of execution has come.
Ready to serve at your command.
A promise, no matter what, must be fulfilled. The past without end becomes daydreaming. I could already feel it tomorrow's dinner. Begins from here. Take my heart to keep and keep walking forward. The past without end becomes this moment. And the future without limits begins from here. So with performance. The past without end becomes this moment. And the future without limits begins.
Did they forget to ult with Van Helsing? Looks like it.
Past or future, every me stands with you now.
Must be fulfilled. The past without end becomes this moment.
And the future, without limits, begins from here.
Take my heart to keep and keep walking forward.
Purify the tainted
The past without end becomes this moment.
And the future, without limits, begins from here.
Solo performance.
Becomes this moment. And the future without limits begins from here.
Solo performance.
The past without end becomes this moment. And the future without limits begins from here.
Solo performance.
The past without end becomes this moment. And the future without limits begins from here.
Solo performance.
The past without end becomes this moment. And the future without limits begins from here. Take my heart to keep and keep walking forward. The past without end becomes this moment. And the future without limits.
Is that even a good score? I have no idea. Probably not. In PvP scenarios when blocked by Bella, maybe try putting Agnes further back so she takes longer to reach the front lines. I mean, I guess. But I don't think she'll take longer than 7 blood to reach the front lines. Because that is when you would probably want to use her ult, you know? Like at 7 blood. Your server 519? Yes, because for us this thing is been out for 10 minutes. And you're on the SSR server where it's already been out for like 16 hours, right? So the difference between 10 minutes and 16 hours is rather significant. But if you want to, you can take a screenshot of your top team, pin me or ping me in the Discord, and then we can have a look at what is so different between 370 and 519, and maybe we learn a thing or two. I don't know. Who could replace Bella in this within this kind of teams? You mean fleeting Bella, or I'm not quite sure. There's a lot. There's 2 Bellas, right? I need to know which Bella. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see Agnes doing anything here, but we'll use her just in case. You know, we gotta make sure. Gotta make sure that there's nothing we're missing. Cicia, Bella, Lami, Acapella, Stereo, Jonas, what I'm running right now, what could be a good change? Quinn for Acapella? No, wait. Sister, no. Yeah, you could run Quinn for Stereoid if you pull her. You could technically look for a different DPS other than Cicia. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things you could do. A lot of things you could. Okay, let's get our affinity reward. Let's make sure we upgrade our timeless. We're getting closer to that elusive rank 40. Oh, rank 38 and a half. 2 more and we have fully maxed out affinity on timeless. The special Bella. See, that's the problem. There is currently no other low moon that gives a damage boost. That's what makes Mrs. Fleeting Bella currently so nasty. There's just no other low moon that actually increases your damage. Tion, Acapella, F. Bella, Van Helsing, and Dal Carlo. Aha. All my luck was spent on Quinn, you should be happy. Potentially. Hey, shout out to Nero Saber for using our mass emote. I hope you like it.
Tell me, might there be fascinating worlds hidden beyond the cartographer's manual?
Okay, Agnes. What am I going to have to rate her? Let's see. Give me one sec here. Let me see if I can find it. Ta-da. All right. Whoops. Let's go like this. Let's increase the size a little bit. All right, let me pull up the categories. I think this should be fine enough. You just have to, yeah, I'm not gonna bother cutting it out too much. But all right, so we have overall, what ads did I have on my website? What was I rating? Story, yeah, story. Mausoleum. PvP. Night of the Hunt. And I think Prophecy. Let me just quickly check in and see if that is truly the case. Story, Mausoleum, PvP, Night of the Hunt, Prophecy. Yes, okay. So, based on what we've just done, I mean, I could see her being like a 7 in story. Mausoleum was more like a 6. It's above average, but I wouldn't particularly recommend using her. PvP can be like a 9 if you know how to use her. Night at the Hunt feels like it's way too timeless Iona dominant, way too fast. I don't think you get much of a choice. Like, unless it's like, okay, so she can be good in a scenario where it is about having like 10 enemies that are spread out, that all have infinite HP, and you need to pull them together, or you can pull them then together and hit them with AoE attacks. That's where she could like do anything particularly crazy, but I don't know. She's probably going to be above average. And then Prophecy, it heavily depends on the prophecy itself, right? heavily depends on the prophecy itself. But if there's a prophecy with AoE enemies, then at least she's going to be better. If not, it's probably going to be worse. She will have the physical death down, so that could help. But if she doesn't pull anyone in, I don't think it's going to be super impactful. Now, Clan Hunt, I think my prediction for her in Clan Hunt would probably be like an 8. If we're talking out of 10, right? So this would be probably my kind of prediction / rating based on what we've seen for now. So, all right, let's for now, let's try to put her into our tier list. So let me quickly prepare a Agnes image so that we have something to put on the tier list so it all looks nice and pretty. And then let's just see what kind of rating we can come up with for her. All right, so Quinn goes, Agnes comes in. Let me already pull up the tier list so you at least have something to look at. Damn you, ad blocker, why do you make my life so hard? Or better said, why does Tearmaker make my life so hard, not allowing me to use ad blocker anyway? That is clearly what the issue is here. All right. We're obviously also going to make some changes. We're going to make some changes, but for now, this is like the current baseline. So we're obviously going to swap some people around. I already kind of know where I want to put Quinn because she's still not on there because I haven't yet put her there, at least for the, I guess, tier list that is on Tier Maker. So yeah, let's make sure we get that out of the way. So. All right, let's see. Okay, I guess I have to do some folder shuffling because they don't want me to have both images open at the same time. So let's make sure we get this sorted properly. Alright, now we should be fine. Now we should be able to properly add in Agnes and Quinn. And then we can get to reshuffling, resorting based on our current information. So Quinn and Agnes and open. There we go. Submit. Is it worth using the tribute 10 times every day regarding the moon tiers? Hell fucking no. Oh, absolutely not. If you go out of your way to do Moonlight tribute 10 times a day, oh, you're getting fucked sideways, downwards, upwards. You're in a full mental combo. Please do not do this. Like, if you want to do this, do like 3 max. Unless you have way more money than sense, please stay the hell away from this. It is absolute hot garbage. Don't do it. Please don't do that. No. No, 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 no. Not good idea. What you mean let him do it? Shut up. No, he's not gonna ruin his account. He's not gonna lose more gems than he does every single day. Like, he's gonna lose more gems than he gains. He's gonna go negative gems. You're just evil. You're just evil. Alright, let's make sure we at least get some Silver and Blood background music. And then we can look at the tier list. Alright. There we go. Let's go to presentation mode. Let's tap in. Alright. You do the 50 most days, that's totally fine. 50 gems, it's a decent deal. Not the best, but it's decent. But please don't go past like, I don't know, 3 times. Why are you so loud? Alright, should be fine. Okay, so what kind of shifts did occur? What did I change? What would I change? How would we assess this in a way that's proper? Because there's some off people in here. So let's make sure we have everything in like a, you could say, proper order. Alright, any other shifts I need to make? Left to right in power? Yes. Yes. Left to right in power, indeed. A proper order. Yes. Amy is 80 at least. It depends. It depends. Like, she did perform well in the last night of the hunt, but that's also kind of about it. Cyrene over T Hearty. Some fights yes, some fights no. Outside of like single target hyper damage comps, you don't really see Cyrene, and Hearty is like the leader of her own team, right? Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of potential. Rip Lamia. Yeah. Maybe Rip Lamia. How is Joanne in A? Good question. I don't know. Haven't really seen her do much, I guess. Haha. I guess we could do it like this, potentially. Let's see. What else? Steroid Iona still relevant? Yes, you can just run her with Timeless. Right? You can just run her with Timeless, provide shields to Timeless, move your units around, avoid abilities, heal. Like, Steroid Iona is still the best healer. Always in our memories. Hey, I don't think she will be gone anytime soon though. Because oh, we now have the crit artifact that I could try on Lamia if I wanted to. Ooh, and I can try it on Ressa. Ooh, Ressa does a lot of crits. But yeah, I feel like the passive, the Blood Moon 25% lifesteal can still come in clutch. It's for sure so dead. Lemine drops to 8 because she gets no use after Timeless Iona. Not necessarily. Like, as long as we can get some proper 3-team content, like, basically ignore Timeless. There's a reason why she is above everything, right? Iagar is so low? Yes, he doesn't really do much. He doesn't really do much. I don't know. Even though Agnes hasn't really proven anything, hasn't really done a whole lot, I don't see a reason why you wouldn't run her with the Van Helsing or T Hearty team, and considering there's currently only 3 teams in this game, being Timeless Iona, Transcendent Hearty and Van Helsing, you're probably gonna run Agnes in one of them. Is the Temple Revolt for duping Quinn or Agnes just a trap? I mean, how could it be a trap? If you dupe them and you get 10 summons, you get 10 summons. If you don't want to dupe them, don't dupe them and you don't get 10 summons. It's pretty open, right? The real question is, what are the other 13 days? Even in 3-team modes, you don't see Lemine? Yes, because the current only 3-team modes are going to be... 1 second. Yeah, let me do that. Okay, I don't care enough. Nope, I don't care enough. Alright. So, But on another note, I wonder, because it's only a 6-second debuff, or what was it, 5 seconds, where she applies the physical death down. So if there are no enemies to pull in, you probably don't want to run an Agnes. Or maybe you still want to run an Agnes because she's like just that good of a cheap half moon. The other 13 days is like Siphon tier 2, tier 3. How do you know? Like, how do you know? Are you just making assumptions? Are you just spouting nonsense? Or do you actually have info on that? You're now saying it for the second time. How do you know if the other 13 days would be tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, tier 6, tier 7 siphons? Right? Like, do you actually have anything to go by, or are you just spouting nonsense? Right? Because that would be pretty fucking bad if it was. Yeah, exactly. It's no, it's not. That's horrible. That would be. That would be. He's just saying whatever the fuck. Unless I see proof, I'm not gonna assume that that is actually the case. Right? Oh, Tharsis with, test server. They gave out test server access. Okay. Okay. Alright. Alright. That's something we can check out. Yeah, they didn't yet give me test server access. They just took forever the fuck to like talk about DMs, etc. So, okay, so they are actually already using test server now. Interesting. Let's check it out.
Cool Blue.
Currently waiting for the ads to pass. Bad fucking idea, devs. Bad fucking idea. Bah. Bah. So what are we looking at? Every 2 days there's a siphon quest that wants you to go. See, and the worst. See, it's even worse. Because look at this. Break through Agnes or Quinn to tier 2. It's not have a combined value of 2 where you could get Agnes to 1, Quinn to 1, and it would count. No, it needs to be Agnes or Quinn at 2. Come on, can't you at least show off like day 5 or like day 6 or day 7 or whatever? Like we've seen day 1 and 3. Why don't you show day 7? I mean, it obviously makes sense that the pattern continues. But why do we... I mean, do we have to listen? I mean, I guess we could listen and see what he says. Alright, let's make sure we get the audio pause. Let's see if he has something important to say.
Once you reach 36 points, you enter the Cartographer's Chronicle, which is located at the event tab. Is here. As you can see, you can obtain her once you reach 36 points. So for the missions, let's say you're free to play and you cannot get additional dupes, you can ignore this breakthrough mission for now. Each day unlocks a mission tab, and each tab should provide 5 points towards the bar below. Given that you need 36 points at most, it will take you 8 days to obtain her. The missions are also quite simple since it's related to your dailies, like logging in daily, clearing Tomb of the Foot, and challenge against. And this mission also goes up to 14 days, so you have enough time. In my opinion, Agnes is...
No idea. Alright, so looks like we're not getting any more information than day 3. But day 3 is already heavily horrible. Alright, people. That's not good. Yeah, I don't know. Why not day 5? I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe it's not important. Exactly. It's not, because it's day 3. It's day 1 and day 3 going to the 2 copies. So it would be day 1, day 3, day 5, day 7, day 9, day 11, and day 13? It's weird. It is weird. So it would be like the maximum. It also doesn't make any sense they would ask you to go to like Spirit Siphon 7. And also, why is it every 3 days? No, it's every 2 days. So it's 1, 3, yeah, 1, 3 up to 13. So there should be 7. 7 quests to siphon, but that's also weird. Yeah, I don't know, this is sadness. I'm the only one that only gets hammers and no faction gear every day. Hammers do have a higher chance than faction gear, and I think that's one of the reasons why the pity system where you use the scraps from the chicken boss is actually quite useful, because otherwise, yeah, it would be tough. It would be tough. Let's see. 984. Wounded being moved on right now. Yeah, this is, I don't know, this is trash. Might very well be the first L. Might very well be the first L event. Like, even like these medium rewards here, like, okay, 5 experience, 5 hours, 5 hours. It doesn't compare to this big one. Like, if it was more realistic, like, you know, if it was summon based, you know? Do 10 summons on the Quinn or Agnes banner and get 10 summons back. Do 30 summons on the Quinn and Agnes banner and get 10 summons back. Do 60 summons on the Quinn and Agnes banner and get 10 summons back. Right? Like, kinda in the way that Timeless Aeona's event was. Like, that would be better, but here it's like, okay, if you get lucky, you do 30 summons and you get 30 back. If you get unlucky, you do 180 summons and you get like 10 summons back? I don't know about that. It is very poor execution. That's for sure. Also, why is this event so damn long? Why is this event so damn long? They need long events to make time for the next event. Yeah, I guess, but still, it's not like anything happens. I mean, what you mean fell for it? It is not a trap. It is not a bait. It says it on the box. Right? Right? Like, it doesn't make it a good event, but this is not a trap. This is not anything malicious, it says right here what you need to do. If for whatever reason you think getting 2 Agneses or 2 Quins within 20 summons is realistic, then that's kind of on you. I don't know. Like, is it a bitch quest? Yes. Is it malicious? No. Is it dumb implemented? Yes. Could it have been resolved better? Yes. But if you go out of your way and think doing 20 summons is gonna yield you the character twice, so you're gonna make 10 summons back, then that's just, I don't know, skill issue? After 120 for Quinn, you lose your hope and luck. That's not how luck works. It goes high, it goes low, it does what it does. So hard is max, no nightmare event? Hard is nightmare. They just called it hard this time. Hard is nightmare. It gives the same rewards as every other event before. Do the pities for both banners are shared? Yes, both banners share the same pity. So for example, because we are currently on a Bella pull, if we were to pull here, we have a 87 or like 90% chance at Quinn, and here we would have a 90% chance at Agnes. Alright, okay, we got this one. I don't know, I think this one is better than this one. Smoke signals looks good. This is bad. You're still glazing the 350 pulls in the second banner because you got 4 fleeting Bellas in 50. Yep, totally realistic. Yeah, but you don't need any Quinn copies to make her any more useful. Keep in mind, there's gonna be more interesting, more important heroes in the future. And if you want to copy someone, pick a support or pick a super strong DPS. Those are the ones that like stay relevant longer. You don't really need a lot of copies for a tank. What do you mean they tweaked the rates, not letting you know the rates are now so much lower compared to when you just started the game? That's just straight up bullshit, my guy. Like, I know it can be frustrating summoning and not getting lucky, or not getting doubles, not getting triples, but nothing fucking changed. It's the same, right? It is all the same. The rates are the same. You could still get 4 Quins in a single 10 pull. If you need some confirmation for that, just look at the luck channel in our Discord. There's always people pulling multiple units of the same character. It's been this banner, it's been the last banner, it's been the way this banner before. It's just hopium copium. Let's go summon? How about no? How about no, Mr. Azi? I summoned, or Mrs., I don't know. I summoned my Agnes already. I don't need any more, at least for now. Would argue you want copies for story push team that involves tanks. You don't need copies of that unit though. Like, Quinn can fight low BP. It's way more important that you just invest in gear, affinity, friendships, get another unit when they come out, right? Like, I don't think you really need to go out of your way to get multiple Quins. She is just a tank. You have to summon till Siphon 7 for free pulls though. I'm not gonna summon. There you go. I'm not gonna summon. Ta-da! Wow! When do you have hope a collab will happen? As I said, I don't know. Halloween or Christmas seem the most likely. Halloween or Christmas seem the most likely, the best times to pick, especially Halloween, considering this is a vampire game. So what a better thing would it be? Right? What would be better than having a collaboration on Halloween? Alright, let's see, Agnes. Do I feel like binding a piece to her? Not really. Could I bind? Do I have enough XP? No, I could not anyway. I also don't have any hammers. Yosh. Exactly, skipping Halloween would be pretty damn not so smart. Pretty damn not so smart. Okay, what did we learn about Agnes? Let's finish it off with a resolution on what we learned on Agnes.
Beyond the cartographer's manual?
Let me gather my thoughts a little so I can put it all into words. Should you upgrade the early gears? You can. Just keep in mind it costs you solely, but you keep the experience. You can just level them into the next upgraded piece. Alright. So, Quinn. Overall, good unit? Yes. Free unit? Yes. Must pull? No. You don't have to summon for her, at least not yet. We haven't seen. There currently is not a single stage in the game where you need her specifically. Could she make your story adventures a bit... what's the max level? Infinity. The max level is Infinity, but it's like somewhere in the 600, 700, 800s. You're not gonna get there anytime soon. Alright. Yeah, I guess, did I say Quinn? I meant obviously Agnes. So, okay. Let's start it over again. Let's get that done. It's just, I think someone else in the chat also said Quinn. But, alright. So, Agnes, you don't need her, but she's good. You're going to get her for free. She is arguably probably the second or third best medium moon in the game. Just because there's not a lot of good medium moons anyway at the moment. 3 cost, powerful ult, nice debuff. Can be super nasty in arena if you know how to hit it. Should be able to deal some decent damage herself if we actually get a stage where she's useful. I guess can be somewhat tanky with the shield because she is a melee unit. So that's like the baseline. You can use her for story progression. There's probably gonna be a couple stages that she makes significantly easier by her being in your team. But overall, I don't think you need her one bit for any specific stage, nor is she gonna be a general story pusher. So if you're looking for more story progression, going for more Agnes copies probably isn't the way. Currently no game mode, right? There's no specific game mode where Agnes is incredibly useful. You don't need her for Mausoleum, you don't need her for Tomb of the Fallen, you don't need her for Night of the Hunt, you don't need her for Abyss Towers, you don't need her for Faction Towers, you don't need her... Alright, you don't also need her for story, right? She could be incredibly useful for Clan Hunt, she probably will be, right? She probably will be, so it remains to be seen how strong she is during Clan Hunt, depending on how the stages work, who you can pull together where. Overall, she's probably the best support to a Harty or a Van Helsing you'll be able to find. If there's more than like 3 enemies on the field, Van Helsing and Harty are gonna have a field day shooting these enemies that are all pulled together. Ryu, my wallet was giving you the side eye. Yes, she's not a must-have for now. And yeah, PvP. PvP is currently the only use case for Agnes. So let's have a look at what we just did. We did a couple fights. We had a bunch of fun. Hey, we're winning defenses somehow. That's good. Wait, why is anybody attacking me anyway? Because I'm using mass? Damn massists.
I still remember how to use power. Remember to protect me, little Bella.
All these people hating on my mass.
Hero, shall we chat today?
But yeah. PvP. So, PvP, you can counter Timeless Aeona with her. There's just a slight condition to this. And that is you need to be able to pull Timeless Aeona. If you can ensure that Timeless Aeona gets hit by Agnes ult, you're basically good to go with winning that whole fight. If you don't, then life's gonna be a bit harder for you. Life is gonna be a bit harder for you and you're probably gonna end up losing or at least only winning if your Timeless is truly stronger as a baseline. So let's try against Lisa again.
I still remember how to use power. Remember to protect me, little Bella.
Off we go. Which era shall we chart today?
We're probably gonna lose, right? But hey, Agnes is here. Now that's sweet. Let's see what happens here. So it depends on kind of like the way Agnes is facing, I guess. But yeah, you can kind of see if Timeless Aeona doesn't get pulled, it is still a Timeless Aeona battle at its core. And yeah, that's kind of the reality of things. But yeah, if you can pull a Timeless Aeona though, you have a massive, massive advantage.
Where violence and conflict intertwine, great riches abound.
Sometimes weaker teams win because Timeless Aeona ults twice since units started dying. Yes, that is exactly the case. There's currently two versions of Silver and Blood playable, SAB with Timeless and SAB without her. You are very much correct. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna spend another moon tier. We've already spent like 800, 600, 700, 800 moon tiers on extra attacks. I don't think I'm gonna do that again. Yeah. Is Agnes good enough for me to say save your kingdom shards? Probably. Like, if you look at this kingdom roster layout, Starry-Eyed Aeona is good, Gilrain is decent, Amy and Cecia are nice to have, Friedrich, Hati, Ressa, Selena, so adding in Agnes in here makes the pool better than it makes it worse. So if you have kingdom shards, save those. Overall, looking at the standard SSR pool, Agnes and Quinn getting added in here makes the pool better rather than make it worse. So make sure you save your perfect shards. I guess Bloodborne, looking at the Bloodborne pool, adding in Quinn makes the pool better rather than make it worse. So wait until Quinn gets added there. Well, I have way too much fucking pure blood to ever use. Like, ever. I have too much pure blood. I have too much Soli. I'm never gonna get rid of this shit. Never gonna get rid of this shit. I'm not able to spend enough Soli. I'm getting more Soli every day than I can spend in a day. It's a vicious cycle. Yeah, we're gonna siphon Agaris. Don't you worry. There you go. Nah. And if any of you are wondering is why are you swimming in so many resources you can't use? It's, no, it's the way. It's the way level after 200 works. What packs did I buy? I mean, leading up to level 200, like the daily divine, the daily pure blood and daily soli can help. Or specifically daily soli can help. But no, it's about the fact that I don't get enough divine blood. Like, it's gonna happen for all of you at some point. The moment you get to level 200, you don't get enough opportunities to spend the other resources. You just get way more of everything else than you get of divine blood. So you start accumulating massive, massive amounts of divine blood. Massive amounts of pure blood. Because just the ratios are a little off. Yep, I don't think it's gonna change. I haven't seen any indication that anything besides the 10k per level is going to change. Alright people, thank you so much for joining. I think it was semi-successful. Overall, what do I think about Agnes? I think she's fine. She's nice to have, she's nice to get as a free unit. But this shit is called this shit for a reason. Alright people, we see each other in the next one.